World War II is probably the most famous war in all of history. It is filled with countless deaths, historical moments and technological advances that changed life on our planet drastically. Have you ever wondered how the war started and which moments lead to its end? If so, you are in the right place. World War II started in 1939. By the time it ended in 1945, the war involved nearly every part of the world. The two sides that fought the war were called the Axis powers and the Allies. Germany, Italy, and Japan were the major Axis powers. The major allies were the United States, the Soviet Union, the United Kingdom, and France. China also aided the Allies. More people died in World War II than in any other war. Experts guess that 40 to 50 million people lost their lives. Many were civilians. Japan, Italy, and Germany all committed warlike acts in the 1930s. In 1931, Japan began an invasion of China. Italy, led by Benito Mussolini's fascist party, conquered the East African country of Ethiopia in 1935. Germany was the biggest threat to world peace. Adolf Hitler and his National Socialist, or Nazi, party wanted Germans to rule over everyone else. In March 1938, German troops marched into Austria. Hitler next wanted a part of Czechoslovakia where German-speaking people lived. Great Britain and France agreed to let him have it. They hoped to satisfy Hitler so that he would make no more demands. Their plan, called appeasement, was a failure. Within 6 months, Germany took control of all of Czechoslovakia. Hitler then planned to take over Poland. Britain and France promised to help Poland in case Germany attacked it. Germany prepared for war by making peace with the Soviet Union, which was not yet on the Allies' side, in August 1939. On September 1, 1939, Germany invaded Poland. This began World War II. After this invasion, Britain and France declared war on Germany. Australia, New Zealand, Canada, India, and South Africa joined Britain on the side of the Allies. But no one could help when the Soviet Union attacked Poland on September 17. Germany and the Soviet Union divided Poland between them. The Soviet Union also invaded Latvia, Lithuania, Estonia, and Finland during 1939. Between April and June 1940, the Germans took over Norway and Denmark. In May, they moved into the Low Countries, Belgium, the Netherlands, and Luxembourg. After conquering the countries on Germany's borders, Hitler invaded the Soviet Union. The attack began on June 22, 1941. The Soviet Union joined the Allies soon afterward. The Soviets stopped the Germans on the edges of Moscow and Leningrad. In 1942, Hitler decided to take the Soviet city of Stalingrad. The fight at Stalingrad was the largest single battle in World War II. About 1.9 million soldiers died on both sides. The Germans surrendered in January 1943. After Stalingrad, the Soviets gradually drove out the Germans. Great Britain, France, and the Netherlands ruled many islands in the Pacific Ocean. They ruled much of Southeast Asia as well. With these countries now at war, Japan saw an opportunity to take away their colonies. The Japanese began by taking French Indochina, now Laos, Cambodia, and Vietnam, in 1940 and 1941. On the morning of December 7, 1941, Japanese warplanes attacked U.S. warships at the Pearl Harbor Naval Base in Hawaii. They sank or crippled 8 big battleships, destroyed more than 180 aircraft, and killed more than 2,000 Americans. The Pearl Harbor attack brought the United States into the war. Within a few days, the United States was at war with Germany and Italy as well. In November 1942, Allied forces landed in Morocco and Algeria in North Africa. They defeated German and Italian forces in May 1943. The Allies followed up their North African successes by invading Italy. Soon afterward, Italians overthrew Mussolini. Italy surrendered in September 1943. However, German troops still held most of the country. The Allies took Rome, the capital, on June 4, 1944. June 6, 1944, is called D-Day. On that day, 156,000 troops from the United States, Britain, and Canada attacked the beaches of Normandy in northern France. After fierce fighting, the Allied armies moved inland. They freed Paris on August 25. The Allies then moved toward Germany. To stop this advance, the Germans made one last attack on the Allies in December 1944. The Germans lost this fight, called the Battle of the Bulge, by January. In March 1945, the Allies drove rapidly into western Germany. By February 1945, it was clear that Germany would lose the war. The Allied leaders, US President Franklin D. Roosevelt, British Prime Minister Winston Churchill, and Soviet Premier Joseph Stalin, met in Yalta. There they made plans for Europe after the war. Meanwhile, Soviet troops pushed through Germany from the east. By April 25 the Soviets had surrounded Berlin, the German capital. Hitler killed himself on April 30. Germany surrendered at midnight on May 8, 1945. By 1945 scientists in the United States had invented the atomic bomb, a new weapon of immense power. On August 6, 1945, a U.S. airplane dropped an atomic bomb on Hiroshima, Japan. More than 70,000 people died from the explosion and fires. On August 9 another U.S. plane dropped an atomic bomb on the city of Nagasaki. Japan surrendered on September 2, 1945. This ended the war. After the war's end, the Allies divided Germany among themselves. The Allies also punished Nazi leaders after putting them on trial in Nuremberg, Germany. They punished Japan's wartime Prime Minister, Tojo Hideki, as well. After the war the United States and the Soviet Union were the most powerful countries in the world. Despite having been allies, the two countries soon began a long struggle called the Cold War. Did you know all these things about the Second World War? If not, then make sure to like the video and check out our channel for more AI Explained.